As a designer, I have fitted thousands of women over the years, different ages, different body types, different stories, and I can tell you this with absolute honesty. Most women do not struggle with their bodies. They struggle with clothes that were never designed to work for real women. One of the most common concerns I hear in the fitting room is the midsection. Not because women want to hide themselves, but because they want to feel balanced, elegant, and comfortable in their own skin. And that is completely valid. In this video, I am sharing 10 dress styles I personally recommend to my clients when they want to soften the belly area while still looking polished and confident. These are not tricks. They are design principles, strategic seams, thoughtful cuts, and fabrics that move instead of cling. Stay with me until the end. The final dress is the one I return to again and again because it works beautifully at any age without asking you to change who you are. As a designer, the empire waist is one of the first styles I reach for when a woman tells me she feels self-conscious about her midsection. And not because it hides the body, but because it respects it. An empire waist dress is designed to sit just below the bust, allowing the fabric to fall naturally over the stomach and hips. This placement immediately shifts attention upward toward the face, the neckline, and the shoulders. In the fitting room, I often see a woman's posture change the moment she puts one on. Her shoulders relax. She stands taller. That is not an accident. That is good design doing its job. What makes this dress especially powerful for mature women is how forgiving it is without looking careless. When the fabric flows instead of clings, the eye reads elegance, not effort. The body feels free, not restricted. I always recommend soft materials like chiffon, crepe, or lightweight jersey. Anything stiff tends to defeat the purpose. Another important detail is the neckline. A gentle V scoop or a softly shaped square neckline works beautifully with this cut. It frames the upper body and adds balance without exposing too much. Emotionally, the empire waist does something subtle but important. It removes the constant awareness of the stomach. You are no longer adjusting, pulling, or worrying. You are simply present. And when a woman feels comfortable, she looks confident, every single time. This is not a trend. The empire waist has survived centuries for a reason. It flatters without forcing supports, without controlling, and reminds us that true elegance begins with ease. If there is one dress I trust on almost every body at almost every age, it is the wrap dress. As a designer, I consider it one of the most intelligent garments ever created because it adapts to the woman instead of asking the woman to adapt to it. The beauty of a wrap dress lies in its structure. The V neckline naturally elongates the neck and draws attention upward away from the midsection. The diagonal line created by the wrap is incredibly flattering. It breaks up the torso visually, which instantly softens the belly area without hiding your shape completely. In fittings, I always tell my clients one key rule: tie the wrap at the side, never directly in the center. A side tie creates asymmetry. And asymmetry is one of the oldest design tricks for creating a slimmer, more fluid silhouette. When the knot sits in the middle, it adds bulk exactly where most women do not want it. Fabric choice matters here as well. A wrap dress should move with the body, not fight it. Soft jersey silk blends or lightweight crepe work beautifully. Stiff fabrics remove the flexibility that makes this dress so forgiving and comfortable. What I love most about the wrap dress is the emotional response it creates. Women feel in control when they wear it. You can adjust it slightly tighter or looser depending on your comfort that day. There is no pressure to look perfect. The dress responds to you. Many women believe wrap dresses are only for slim figures. That is simply not true. In reality, they are one of the most inclusive silhouettes in fashion. When designed well, a wrap dress does not expose flaws. It highlights confidence. This is why so many elegant women keep one close at hand. It is reliable, flattering, and quietly powerful. Strategic draping is one of those design techniques that looks simple, but works incredibly hard behind the scenes. As a designer, I often call it quiet engineering. When done correctly, it changes how the eye moves across the body, and that makes all the difference. Ruching or draping placed diagonally across the midsection does not just conceal volume, it creates motion. The fabric gathers and releases in a way that keeps the eye traveling rather than stopping at the belly. And visually, movement always reads as softness and elegance. One important rule I always share with my clients is this: look for diagonal draping, never horizontal. Horizontal gathers widen the body and draw attention exactly where you do not want it. Diagonal lines slim elongate and guide the eye upward or downward in a much more flattering way. Fabric choice is crucial here. Draping only works when the material has fluidity. Jersey, matte, satin, and soft crepe allow the gathers to fall naturally. Stiffer fabrics create bulk instead of balance, and that defeats the purpose. What I love about this type of dress is how protective it feels emotionally. Many women tell me it is the first time they stop thinking about their stomach altogether. They can sit, stand, and move without adjusting their dress. That freedom shows in the way they carry themselves. There is also a misconception that draped dresses are only for evening or special occasions. In reality, a softly draped dress in a neutral or muted color can be incredibly elegant for daytime lunches or even travel. This is the kind of dress that works quietly in your favor. It does not demand attention, it earns it. And that is the hallmark of true thoughtful design. The shirt dress is one of those pieces that never tries too hard, and that is exactly why it works so well. As a designer, I often recommend it to women who want structure without stiffness and elegance without effort. At first glance, a shirt dress may seem simple: straight lines, buttons down the front, clean tailoring. But the real power comes from how you define the waist. A well-placed belt transforms this dress entirely. It allows you to decide where your shape begins instead of letting the garment dictate it. One rule I always share in the fitting room is this: the belt should sit at your natural waist, never on the hips. When worn too low, it draws attention to the midsection and shortens the body. When worn correctly, it creates balance and lifts the silhouette instantly. The width of the belt matters as well. A wider belt offers more coverage and softly smooths the belly area, while a thinner belt gives a lighter, more delicate effect. There is no right or wrong here. It depends on how much structure you want that day. Fabric choice is key. A shirt dress should have enough weight to hold its shape, but still move comfortably. Cotton blends lightweight denim or soft poplin work beautifully. Anything too stiff can feel restrictive, and anything too flimsy loses its polish. Emotionally, this dress sends a very clear message. It says, I am practical, but I care about how I present myself. Many women worry a shirt dress looks too serious. In reality, with the right belt, shoes, and accessories, it can be incredibly feminine. This is the kind of dress that gives you quiet authority. You look composed, confident, and completely at ease. And that ease is what people notice first. The A-line dress is one of the most misunderstood silhouettes in women's wardrobes. As a designer, I often hear women say they avoid it because they think it looks too simple or even childish. In reality, when designed well, it is one of the most elegant and forgiving shapes you can wear. An A-line dress fits gently at the shoulders and falls away from the body, creating space around the midsection without adding bulk. There is no pulling, no clinging, and no pressure on the stomach. The fabric moves freely, and that freedom instantly translates into a lighter, more youthful appearance. What makes this silhouette especially flattering is its balance. By keeping the top clean and structured, the eye stays focused on the upper body, while the gentle flare below creates harmony through the hips and abdomen. This is why the A-line has remained a classic for decades. It works with the body, not against it. Fabric choice plays an important role. Soft crepe, lightweight wool blends, or fluid cottons elevate this style beautifully. I often suggest darker or neutral tones if a client wants a more refined look, but even brighter colors can work when the cut is clean. Emotionally, the A-line dress is liberating. Women often tell me it feels like a relief the moment they put it on. There is nothing to adjust, nothing to hide, nothing to control. You simply move and breathe. Paired with a structured handbag and a low heel or elegant flat, this dress becomes quietly powerful. It does not demand attention, but it earns respect. That is the kind of elegance that lasts. Prints can feel intimidating for many women, especially when the goal is to soften the belly area. As a designer, I hear this concern often. Many believe prints automatically add volume. The truth is, the right print can be one of your most effective allies. Smart prints work by keeping the eye moving. Small-scale florals, subtle geometrics, soft, abstract patterns, or gentle vertical motifs create visual continuity across the body. When the eye does not settle in one place, it does not fixate on the midsection. Instead, it reads the silhouette as fluid and balanced. One key guideline I always share is placement. Prints should be evenly distributed or intentionally placed away from the center of the torso. Large or bold patterns concentrated directly over the stomach tend to draw attention where you do not want it. If you love a stronger print, choose dresses where it appears on the sleeve skirt or along the sides. Color contrast also matters. High contrast prints can be striking, but they should be used thoughtfully. Softer contrasts within the same color family tend to be more forgiving and elegant, especially for mature women who want a polished look. Fabric plays a role here as well. Prints look best on materials that drape softly. Stiff fabrics make patterns feel heavy, while fluid fabrics allow the design to move naturally with the body. Emotionally wearing a well-chosen print brings joy back into dressing. Fashion should not feel like camouflage. It should feel expressive and alive. When a woman finds a print that works for her, her confidence shifts immediately. The irony is that many women avoid prints out of fear, when in reality, the right one makes them look lighter, more vibrant, and more at ease. Smart prints are not loud, they are clever, and clever design always flatters. Monochrome dressing is one of the most powerful visual tools in fashion, yet it is often misunderstood. As a designer, I rely on it often, especially when a woman wants to soften her midsection while looking refined and intentional. Wearing one color from head to toe creates a continuous vertical line. The eye moves smoothly without interruption, which naturally elongates the body and minimizes focus on any single area, including the belly. This is not about hiding. It is about creating harmony. Many women think monochrome means black. Black is beautiful, but it is not the only option. Deep navy, warm taupe, soft beige, burgundy olive, or chocolate brown can be just as slimming and often more flattering to mature skin tones. The key is staying within the same color family even if the shades vary slightly. What elevates a monochrome dress is texture. A matte fabric paired with a subtle sheen or a soft knit combined with a structured belt in the same tone adds depth without breaking the visual line. This quiet variation keeps the look interesting while maintaining balance. Emotionally, monochrome dressing brings a sense of calm. Women often tell me they feel instantly more put together, even on days when they do not have the energy to overthink an outfit. There is confidence in knowing everything works together. Some believe monochrome looks boring. In reality, it is a mark of sophistication. It signals controlled taste and an understanding of proportion. The absence of contrast allows the woman to stand out, not the clothes. When done well, monochrome does not fade into the background. It creates presence. And presence is always more powerful than decoration. This is where fashion becomes architecture. As a designer, I often say that seams are not just construction details. They are visual guides. When placed correctly, they shape how the body is perceived without asking the woman to change a thing. Strategic seams and cuts work by directing the eye vertically and diagonally. Dresses with vertical seams, darker side panels, or asymmetrical cuts visually narrow the torso and create length. The eye follows the line, not the curve of the belly, and the silhouette immediately appears more balanced. One of the most effective techniques is subtle color blocking. When the center panel is slightly lighter and the sides are darker, the body looks slimmer and more defined. This is not obvious at first glance, and that is exactly why it works. Good design should feel effortless, not engineered. I always encourage clients to look for dresses where seams are clean and intentional. Avoid overly busy stitching or decorative seams placed directly across the midsection. Horizontal lines stop the eye and emphasize width. Vertical movement, on the other hand, creates elegance. Fabric choice matters just as much as the cut. Seams need a fabric with enough structure to hold their shape, but enough softness to move with the body. Ponte knits, crepe, and tailored jersey are excellent options. Emotionally, dresses like this give women a sense of quiet confidence. They often say, "I don't know why this looks so good, but it does." That is the beauty of thoughtful design. You do not feel restricted or disguised. You feel refined. You do not need extreme tailoring or complicated garments to look sculpted. Sometimes it is simply a matter of lines working in your favor, and when they do, the result is a silhouette that feels taller, smoother, and undeniably confident. One of the biggest mistakes I see in the fitting room is the belief that structure always equals control. In reality, some of the most flattering dresses rely on movement, not stiffness. As a designer, I often remind my clients that fabric behavior matters just as much as cut. Flowing fabrics work because they respond to the body instead of resisting it. When a dress moves as you walk, sit, or turn, the eye follows that motion rather than focusing on the midsection. This natural movement softens the belly area without hiding the body or adding bulk. The best fabrics for this effect are silk blends, chiffon, viscose, soft crepe, or lightweight jersey. These materials drape gently and create subtle waves of motion that feel elegant and effortless. Stiff or heavy fabrics, on the other hand, tend to cling or hold awkward shapes, which draws attention exactly where you do not want it. What I love most about flowing dresses is how they change the way a woman carries herself. When the fabric moves freely, she moves differently too. Her walk becomes slower, more relaxed. Her posture softens. That ease reads as confidence. There is also a psychological element here. Women often tell me they feel lighter in these dresses both physically and emotionally. They stop worrying about how they look from every angle. They are present, and presence is incredibly attractive. Flowing dresses are especially beautiful in warmer weather, but they work year-round when layered thoughtfully. A soft cardigan, a tailored jacket worn open, or a belt placed higher on the torso can add structure without compromising movement. This is not about looking dramatic or romantic. It is about allowing space. When a dress breathes with you, it reflects a woman who is comfortable in her body. And that comfort is the quiet luxury everyone notices. If there is one dress I believe every woman should own, it is a black dress designed with intention. Not a basic, shapeless black dress, but one with thoughtful structure and subtle detail. As a designer, this is the piece I return to again and again when a client wants to feel powerful, elegant, and completely at ease. Black absorbs light, which naturally softens the appearance of the body. But color alone is not enough. The true magic lies in the cut. A strategic black dress uses seam shaping or asymmetry to define the body without clinging to it. It may have a gently shaped waist, a soft V neckline, or an off-center detail that guides the eye upward and away from the midsection. One rule I always share is this: avoid black dresses that fall completely straight with no design interest. They often look heavy and unforgiving. Instead, look for structure that feels intentional but never tight. Ponte knit, crepe velvet, or satin with stretch are excellent choices. What makes this dress so special is how it makes women feel. The moment they put it on, something shifts. Their posture changes. Their expression softens. They stop questioning and start owning the room. Black has a psychological presence. It conveys confidence, authority, and calm strength. This dress is also incredibly versatile. With heels and refined jewelry, it becomes evening ready. With elegant flats or sandals, it feels modern and effortless. The base remains the same, only the mood changes. To me, the strategic black dress is not about hiding. It is about clarity. It says, "I know who I am," And that certainty is the most flattering thing a woman can wear. When chosen well, this dress does more than complete an outfit. It becomes part of your signature. As a designer, I want to leave you with one important thought. Style is not about hiding parts of your body. It is about understanding how design works in your favor. When you choose dresses that respect your shape, support your movement, and make you feel comfortable, confidence follows naturally. Every dress we talked about today has one thing in common. It shifts attention with intention. Through cut fabric and proportion, these designs allow you to stand taller, move freely, and feel at ease in your own skin. That ease is what people notice first, not your age, not your size, your presence. Remember, elegance does not come from perfection. It comes from awareness, from knowing what flatters you and choosing it without apology. When you dress with clarity, your image becomes calm, strong, and unmistakably yours. If this video helped you see your wardrobe differently, I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me which dress style surprised you the most. And if you are ready to build a wardrobe that truly supports who you are today, you will find more guidance in my ebook linked in the description. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss future style advice designed for real women, real bodies, and real confidence.